saving the earth one plate at a time. Well, this is the plate. We use it once at a time and we'll save the earth. And which plate am I talking about? This plate is a plate from Quadrat, from the soil and for the soil. A very warm welcome to each one of you here in episode 16 of the Nature's Orbit Torchlight series. Today it is our utmost privilege and honor to be in conversation with Mr. Rishabh Suri. He is co-founder and CEO of Quadrat, a startup that upcycles agricultural waste and residue of the paddy crop into sustainable disposable tableware. Right from his early school days, he has always been fascinated by the thought of being an entrepreneur. He got his first opportunity of working in an enterprise at the age of 20, running an automobile franchise business in the states of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand gave him hands-on experience in sales, customer satisfaction, organizational structures, teamwork, and selling value over price. This set a base for him to take up similar opportunities in the states of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. In all these years, he was also on the lookout of venturing into businesses closely associated with waste management and based on a circular economy model. And then Quadrat was incorporated in November 2020, which manufactures 100% biodegradable and environment-friendly disposable tableware made out of agricultural waste and residue. Rishabh's hobbies are surfing, gardening, bathing dogs, playing geography trivia, watching Manchester United with the family. So, hi Rishabh.
Hi Aditya, good evening. I mean, late at night, but anyways, what's up?
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, giving us your time in this episode. Really good, and I will, start with the what I wanted to really know from you is we are very eager to know about your journey as an entrepreneur and what made you venture into the waste management based on circular economy model.
So, see, essentially, I mean, it's a slightly long story. So, I come from a background where we have been in the automobile trade for a long time. I mean, it's almost a third generation business now. So, when you look at this dealership franchisee model in today's time, it is a rapidly changing model where you have things like electrification, electric cars coming in. You also have direct to customer coming out in a big way. So the real role of the dealerships is, sort of reducing day by day. Now, as a third generation entrepreneur, when I come back and join the business, I mean, it's a long life for me. I mean, I want to be doing something that is going to take me into my life for the next 30, 40, 50 years at least. So keeping that factor in mind, I feel that, it was high time that we diversified out of this, the automobile dealership business. Now, keeping that in mind, at that point of time, I would always think, what exactly is it that we can do? What is a sector that is not very conventional, but at the same time has, huge scope in the future? And keeping this future part in mind is where, we really thought about the waste sector. I mean, it wasn't easy. I mean, I've been trying my hand at various things for the past 3 or 4 years now, and making a trip to China to find out more about biodegradable plastics, trying out electric waste, getting to know more about solid waste management, and then using pyrolysis to convert solid waste into a heavy grade oil. So there were a lot of things that we researched about, we tried finding about, we went to the extent of almost the last lab, but for some reason or the other it didn't work out. Then in 2020 we came across this opportunity of disposable tableware, and we did identify that there are a few players in the market already who do this biodegradable tableware. So that's where we wanted to do something different from all of these guys, whether it's bagas or it's a palm leaf plate. So something that is sustainable, but yet at the same time it's different from all of these. So we got this opportunity to partner with a research institution in Trivandrum by the name of CSIR NIST, and they had developed few prototypes from certain kinds of agro waste. So that is probably where the journey began and how, we are now into it.
Cool. That's awesome. And so a lot of trials were made earlier, and finally you got hold of in 2020 of this idea, and you proceeded with that, and that's very inspirational for a lot of young budding entrepreneurs who are watching this, uh, today. Thank you for sharing that. And why Quadrat? Why the name Quadrat?
So this is, I mean, again, a very simple thing. So when we thought about the name, we wanted it to have some amount of, for it to feel very original, but at the same time, we wanted it to be something that is, really relatable by the local population, as well as has a story to it when you take it to an international level. So Kudrat basically is derived from Arabic. That's where the word Kudrat was really incorporated, and it stands for the power of nature. Then it finally, sort of went into Urdu. Then from there it came into Hindi, and then it is where it is now. Everybody knows what Kudrat really stands for and its nature. So that's how we came about it. There was nothing very, you know. There was no eureka moment there. It was just a bunch of names that we did think about, and then finally Kudrat just felt like the right thing to do.
Wow, and there's a unique way of spelling it as well. Q with a Q, Kudrat with a Q. Yeah,
Yes, I mean it can be confused on a couple of occasions, but I mean it is Kudrat to the Q.
awesome. Thank you, Rishabh. And can you share with us your business model of Kudrat, and through what avenues do you sell the tableware?
So see, again, I mean, when we initially had calculated, we thought that we'll get a certain kind of production, so a certain amount of production. So essentially, we are B2B. But when we actually started producing on the ground after so many hit and trials and changes and pivoting and all of that, so even the current output that we get at Kudrat is, in terms of industrial output, quite pilot scale. So getting that price point where we are really able to crack B2B and provide them with something that is more sustainable than their existing options, but it's a difference of only 10 or 20% in their input cost. That's not happening. Our product is still quite expensive compared to what they're using. We're still at approximately close to 2.5 to 3x of what they're using right now. So in order for us to be by the time we scale, it may take us a couple of months more, it may take us around a year. uh, we also tried our venturing on the B2C front, so that at least we are able to ship out to individuals who require this. And on that front, we go in for an online listing, and we've partnered with Amazon and Flipkart there, and we've also partnered with two sustainability aggregators, Honest and Sustain Card. So you can find our products over there. And on the B2B front, even though we are fulfilling very small quantities right now, but yes, through our website you can get in touch with us for bulk inquiries. So yeah, that's the B2B and the B2C side. Still a lot to scale, so probably with that, we will come to know where exactly we stand on the ground.
Yes, and I myself, I purchased this the set of plates from Amazon. So these
Nice.
plates are available as on Amazon and Flipkart. Yeah, very easily available. And I also wanted to know, like, can you let us know a little bit about the upcycling process of the plates, and how, the fact that you can plant it back in the soil, and what is usually grown out of that when you plant it.
Uh, so see, Aditya, I'll start right from scratch. So when you cultivate paddy, you get two byproducts. That is the rice husk and the rice straw. This rice husk is the outer covering of the rice grain, which is basically used as an industrial fuel by the factories. It is burnt there. And on the other hand, rice straw in some parts of the country is used as cattle feed, whereas in some parts it's burnt because it's there's so much of it. So we take both of these materials, and with our technology that we have partnered with CSIR NIST for, there are certain processes that it goes through: grinding, roasting, mixing, and compressing, sterilizing. So after that, you finally get the product. And essentially, it is again agricultural waste and residue from the paddy crop, which is otherwise wasted. So what we also do is that when we were engineering the product initially, we did want to carefully take a look at the afterlife of the product. That can it be something that is very easily disposable, and can it be put to multi-purpose? So that's when we did a nutritional value study, and we have a small vegetable patch also outside our factory, and that's where we are growing tomatoes, brinjals, and chilies. So we do put in a lot of reject pieces inside that. We crush them and put them in. I think you were also telling me that you've crushed one plate after use and put it in
Yes.
your balcony in the pots there. And on the other hand, we also have a couple of pits in the factory where we are putting in excess of these wherever we have rejects. So since it's in a very green and serene area, we have a couple of peacocks every evening coming and feeding into it.
Wow.
And so yeah, that's a very common sight there. If you come there by 4 o'clock in the evening, you will find one or two peacocks there. So yes, on that front, but otherwise also we are also extracting the nutritional data for in case of animal edibility, so that we can clearly give it to our customers and clients that what exactly is it that the animal is consuming, and how is it helpful, and how is it helpful as a fertilizer. So very soon you'll have that also mentioned on the packaging.
Wow, superb. I can't wait till I see what will grow out of the soil, because I just recently I had, as you said, like uh, I had crushed it and put it in the soil, and I want to see very eagerly, even in this urban space, not much of nature around, but still, hoping that it'll bear good fruit.
What I can assure you is that Godzilla won't come out, so don't worry about that. So
Yeah,
there's no
Godzilla
Godzilla.
won't come out, but I think uh, God's answers will come out, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Yes, superb. Thank you for sharing that. And Rishabh, uh, like, you've been recently awarded as the top 20 startups at BRICS Entrepreneur Summit 2022 in Moscow, and also the runners up award at Kerala Startup Mission, Ernst& Young, Climathon 2022. So, first of all, really want to congratulate you, and very happy that you have achieved this recently. So can you let us know a little bit more about that, how it went by, and how did it happen?
So actually, in case of the climathon, first of all, I'll start. So Kerala Startup Mission has been along in partnership with Ernst& Young India, has been running this program where they are looking for sustainability oriented solutions to sort of partner with Ernst& Young India. It's a combined initiative of theirs. So there was a 6 month period from when it started from May, and then finally we had pitches in November. So we had to go and really pitch our solution and give out our whole deck. So there we got the runners up award, and there was a small cash prize of 2 lakh rupees. And other than that, the I think the bigger opportunity that you get there is pilot with Ernst& Young India, and across their, I think, 9 or 10 offices that they have in the country. So that will really help us get a lot of visibility and volumes, whether it's a disposable plate that they're going to use, or whether it's a cup that they're going to put in put to use in their office. And having been associated with a company like that, again, it brings us a lot of credibility in the market that and EY is our client. On the other hand, the BRICS 100 entrepreneurs, it was just a random thing that I did apply for, and they liked our solution, and they felt that since it does come from a sound of it has a story to it, and it is, I mean, from a sustainability angle, a great initiative altogether. So I don't know, I mean, how come the award landed in our lap, but yes, that also happened.
No,
and
definitely.
it's quite an achievement. Yeah.
It's definitely well deserved. I mean, I've not come across many, many people coming out with this innovative idea and very and sustainable and unique to for the soil. And this is actually very inspiring for the people watching this episode, youngsters especially. You really look like someone who's who just keeps going and doesn't give up, and also like your perseverance. That's exemplary. So really acknowledge you for that, and I hope there are more other people like you, like who will come, who get inspired and will start, and especially in this sector of sustainability and you know uh, uh, climate action, climate change. It is the need of the hour right now that people start venturing into these kind of initiatives. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us, Rishabh.
Ah, Aditya, come on. I mean, I think I mean we have a lot of work to do. Abhi also in the future, and there are so many more things to solve. And yes, we will keep trying our best. My message to everyone there is that keep trying. I know this road is very difficult even right now. I mean, on an everyday basis, there's so much of firefighting that we have to do. But again, I mean, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So I think that's where we should all be heading towards. And like they say, I think it's an African proverb that, if there is no rain, there is going to be no rainbow. So I
Oh,
think
wow.
we have to sort of keep pushing ourselves. And yeah, I think difficult roads will lead to beautiful destinations. Probably, we should get there someday or the other.
Yes, we will get through the rains definitely and find the rainbow. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. And what is your vision for the future, Rishabh?
So this again is I mean, this is a difficult question because there are so many things we think about, and uh, at Quadrat we want to become a leader in disposable tableware, and it is not at a national level. We want to do it on a global level. When we go out and pitch our sustainability solutions, we realize that it's not only tableware that is a uh, you know an industry that we want to be confined to. There are so many problems that you can solve along single-use plastic and paper, that whether it's packaging, whether it's insertions, whether it is FMCG packaging, there is so much of potential out there, and so many resources that are available in nature in the form of waste that we can convert into actual wealth. So I have at Kudrat we see that probably take it as a 10-year window that we want to be a global provider for such solutions. We may have
Wow.
started with tableware. We know where we are, but we do not know where we may go to. So we go with this aim that we have to provide global solutions for single-use plastic and paper in whatever format available.
Yeah, the scope is so huge. Like and it not there's not a lot of research that needs to be done to identify the scope. It's like you just look around you, you'll find at least 10 things around you that need to be replaced. So
Yeah.
as you said, now you started with tableware, but there's so much of scope in this uh, to really transform. Yeah.
And actually, one more point that does come in is that sustainability is acceptable by everyone, but the affordability factor is where a lot of people do back out, whether it's individuals or big corporations also. Everybody sort of, it affects their bottom line. So to make these sustainable products affordable, or for making the people realize that that you have to bear the cost that the environment currently bears, it's a time taking process. So we have to hang in there for the time being, find people who will adopt a solution as it is, find more Adityas out there, who believe in Quadrat. So I think it'll happen, and probably over the next coming 6 months, 1 year, you will see a lot of changes in where we are priced at. Also, we are doing that. I mean, we started with a 750 on Amazon. We are already down to a 690, and we do see more and more revision coming in as and when we improve our manufacturing. We understand what exactly is it that we can do better. So yes, the whole aim is that uh, a Starbucks and a samosa wala both should be able to afford what we are making. So
Exactly.
yeah, we go
Yeah.
with that in mind.
Yes. Because absolutely, I agree with you. And it's like to make it affordable, sustainable, affordable, and like that comes to my point about the sustainable development goals. Uh, we need to increase more and more awareness among the youth. We need to increase awareness among people. The ignorance level is very high. It's still very high. So, really to carve that down is you and I are here to really get together. Together we can create an impact. And, you know, with such videos, with such interviews, with people like you who are doing such great work, this is how the awareness will increase, how people will get to know and start actually using the products. I mean, in a sense, on a larger level, or more than what's being used right now. So that's awesome that that synergy that we can provide.
Yeah,
So
true.
which of the sustainable development goals do you look at, like, usually in your venture?
So, in terms of SDGs, if you ask us specifically, I mean, it's very difficult to classify into where exactly you will fall, because in a small way, everything is sort of interconnected.
Yes,
But
exactly.
yes, things like responsible, consumption, sustainable cities and communities, life on land, life below water, climate action, in some way or the other, everything is sort of connected now by the kind of manpower that we engage. We also fall into some of the other SDG goals, and we are helping in on that front. So yes, I would not narrow it down to any of them, but yes, a collective approach towards a lot of them. I think
Yes,
economic development and decent work and economic development, all of those points also do come in. So keeping that factor in mind, yes, we do pretty much bite into each of them. And on the other hand, talking about the awareness that has to be raised about them, I think it's more of an educative effort. People need to be, really told about all of this. There's not much awareness around the SDG goals and what they stand for and how really they make an impact in life. So I think maybe at a more basic level, it's something that has to be, instilled, whether it's in the education system
exactly. Educational
at that
system
level.
needs to bring in this HDGs. As important it is to gain all that informative knowledge about your science and technology and all that. There has to be a subject on sustainability also, I feel, in schools. That would really help. Uh, and the guy who scores the top marks is the guy who's actually practically doing it. So yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So that would be very interesting in schools to bring in, at that basic level. Yes.
I think I would want to go back to school then.
Yeah, yeah. Would love to. Yes, yes. Because that's what that's the most interesting part, and that if young kids can learn that, about green campus programs and green curriculums, sustainable education. I think that's the future now, and that needs to be brought in. Absolutely. So my one question I wanted to ask was regarding climate action, climate change, uh, and see, one thing I can say is planet will continue. Mother Nature will always be there. We will not be there. Like, we have a short shelf life. So Mother Nature is not going to miss us. We need to live in this planet where Mother Nature is. right? So it is our responsibility. Now, I wanted to ask you, like, what is that red alert message that you'd like to give to the youth watching this episode, young people, young and old alike, actually, about climate action, climate change? What's the need of the hour right now?
So, I think this action starts at a very micro level. I mean, each of us can make a big difference. And, like I often say, it's something that I realized when I started my hobby of surfing here in Kovalam in Trivandrum. And when you go out into the sea, there is, uh, I mean, obviously the waves are hitting you, but there is a lot of plastic that hits you there too. I mean, whether it's bottles, whether it's cement bags, whether it is, disposable cups or takeaways, everything. You can find any form of plastic inside the sea. And we are still average sized people. Now imagine one of these bags coming, and a fish just getting trapped inside it, or a turtle getting something like this on their head. And it claims a lot of marine lives. I think it's around 160 lives every minute that go due to this. So keeping this factor in mind, like my ultimate message to everyone would be that uh, the greatest threat that our planet faces is our belief that someone else will do something about it. Like, it's not my
Mm.
duty to be doing something. So that's the biggest problem, and that's the biggest threat to all of us, thinking that there will be somebody who will come and find a solution. No, it has to be practiced by each and everyone. That's how it will really make a difference. So Quadrat is an organization that gives us hope against that. So yes, that would be my final message, that nobody is too small to make a difference. It all starts at a very micro level, and every drop makes the ocean. So I think everybody's contribution here is very important.
Yeah, each and every person, like as they say, each drop in the ocean, like that, each person is responsible. Absolutely, we get that message clearly that it's not like, I'm not I'm not responsible, someone else will come and do it for me. It's like I am and we are. That's the thing,
Mhm.
together we can create an impact. Only alone we can
Fair.
make a difference. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. That's brilliant. And so that brings us to the end of our Nature's Orbit Torchlight series, episode 16, with you, Rishabh. And it was absolutely a pleasure and honor to be with you, and to spend time with you and ask about uh, yourself, and you were very generous in sharing about your Kudrat, as well as your vision and everything around you. So, and what you're aligned to. We wish you all the best, and we wish that uh, like as I say, na, kudrat mein khuda aa jaye. You know,
Ha,
so
ha.
that.
We are waiting for Sudha to land here. So I hope it comes soon. And Aditya, on the other hand, I would like to say that, I hope you call me for your next season very soon. I look forward to this conversation once again.
Superb,
Probably
yes.
by that time, I have a lot more to share. And, you'll have a new product to test by then also. So maybe I look forward to, again collaborating in the future. And thank you so much for having me here. People like you give us a lot of visibility, and, it gives us an opportunity. It's something that I always wanted, that people talk to us about what we are doing, and really propagate this message. So thank you so much, Aditya.
Yeah, it's absolutely my pleasure, and yeah, would love to have you here again with us. Uh, with more products and more solutions. And so, thank you so much, Rishabh. And we'll be in touch, definitely.
Thank you, Aditya.
Thank
Good
you for
night.
your time today. Thank you. Take care. Good night.